Hi, it's Martin here. I'm going to show you the reporting API that we have, which you can get to by going to data-api.myzahara.net/swagger/index.html, which obviously will hyperlink in a help article. This API is available for you to connect to and authenticate and then grab various chunks of data. The most obvious bits of data that somebody would want would be invoices, line items and nominal and orders, purchase orders down here. If you page down, we show you all of the fields that you get in the data. So if I expand line items, this is a breakdown of all the fields that we have inside the line items table, and here's all the fields that we show you in the invoices table. So what I'm going to do now is show you how to connect to this API from Excel and connecting to it from something like Microsoft Power BI will be exactly the same. So here we go. So I've got Excel open here, and I've got a brand new empty workbook, and I'm going to click on data. And then from here, I'm going to click on from web. And it's going to come up with a URL. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to paste in my URL. So the URL is data-api.myzahara.net/export, then the set of data you want to get, and then you've got to put your tenancy ID, which we will provide to you. And then we click advanced, and we need to enter a header here. We need to put the API key in as well. So I'm going to type in API key, and then I'm going to give it a value. And this value is going to be obfuscated so you can't see it. And then I click OK. What happens now is it's connected to the database source. It's telling me that it's found this data, and I can load the data or I can transform the data. So in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to transform the data. I'm going to show you how powerful this is. So click on transform data. It's already made some steps down the right hand here, applied some steps. So the source could be editable by clicking on the cogs. You've got the promoted headers which you want, and you've got change type. So what I'm going to do is just going to give you an example how I can take something like the date created, which is a date timestamp, and I can change that to a date. I don't want date timestamp, I just want the date. So replace current or add new step. I'm just going to add a new step. If I slid forward, found something like the required date, I can change that and change that to a date as well. We can do things like search and replace. So one of the fields in here is the type, which is type 1 is a purchase order, and type 2 is an invoice. So I've found the type field here. The first thing I need to do is convert that to a text field. So I'm going to change it to ABC. It won't affect the text in there. Then I'm going to click on replace values, and I can say replace 1 with order. Click OK. And that step is down here if you ever need to change it. Then I'm going to do the same thing again. I can say replace 2 with invoice. And now my line items are formatted so that I will be able to see if they're order or invoices. And I could go across and I can come back to this transform data as well at any time in the future, but effectively that's what you do. All of these steps down here can be added or changed, but normally you add one step after another. So once I've done that, I will close and load. And that's it. My data is now going to load, and there it is, and it comes in like this table view, so I can slide the data across. And this is all kind of jumbled up, made up data from our test environment, and actually just purely from the line items you could analyze so much data. It's effectively this is a mix of the line items and the order and the invoice, so you could pivot this in any way you wanted, analyze it in any way you wanted. The data will update daily as it stands right now, so you might want to come into this data tomorrow and pick up the changes from overnight, so that's fine. You would come in, you'd hit the refresh all button, and it would pull through the changes from the latest set of data. So, and we can obviously sort our data in exactly the same way. So we've got transactions right up until yesterday, they're all in the system as well. So that's all there is to it, and the exact same connection and the exact same transformation of data is available in Microsoft Power BI. If we wanted to take this further and we wanted to go and get the orders data put that in a tab, and the invoice data, put that in a tab, we can do that. Obviously, if you're looking at building a complete model, then you'd want nominal codes, divisions, and everything else, so you can kind of model the data and create some really fancy reports. And we can also change the header of the data with the URL so that we can just pick up, say, 2022's data. We don't want to keep going back over data from year one, but the very first load you do should bring you in everything, and then you could filter that down to only bring in more recent transactions. That's all there is to it. Thank you for watching.